Well, the Lady Rebels coming back on the floor. Harrison County will come back soon, I'm sure, as well. But we'll take a break right now and come back and give you the starting lineups of tonight's game between Harrison County and Boone County. You're listening to the Cynthia Hardy's pregame show on WCYN Sports. Alrighty, back here at the Hilltop. Let's take a look now at the starters. First for Lady Rebels of Boone County. As we mentioned, they're 3-8 on the year, coached by Todd Humphrey. At a guard, a 5'4" sophomore, number 4, Lyric Hooper. Hooper, the leading scorer on the year for Boone County at 14.5 points per game. And another guard is Maya Bennett. Bennett wears the number 5. She's a 5'9" junior and is averaging a healthy 12.7 points per contest. The third guard position is manned by 5'7" senior number 14, Lauren Hacker. Hacker's averaging 1.7. The forward is manned by Jocelyn Humphrey. Humphrey wears the number 24. She's a 6-foot sophomore and is averaging 14 points a game. And in the middle, a 6-foot 1-inch junior, number 42, Breasia Land. Breasia Land is averaging 3.5 points per game. So once again, for the Lady Rebels, it'll be Hooper, Bennett, Hacker, Humphrey, and Land. On the year, Boone County struggling a bit offensively, averaging just 41.8 points per game, but defensively, they've been getting the job done. Something we really didn't mention before, but they're only giving up 47.5 points per game. So look for this to be a very low-scoring game between the Fillies and Lady Rebels. Meanwhile, the starters for Harrison County, who comes in with a record of 4-8, coached by Bill Watson. At a guard, a 5'2" junior, Maddie Carson. Carson wears the number 20 and is averaging 2.8 points per game. And another guard position is Keely Custard. Custard wears the number 21. She's a 5'4" sophomore, averaging 8.8 points a contest. The third guard position is manned by our point guard, Bailey Hudgens. Hudgens is a 5'6" junior. She wears the number 23 and is averaging a team best 12 points per game. At one of the forward positions, a 5'5" junior, Hayden Lunsford. Lunsford wears the number 12 and is averaging 9.8 points per game. And at the other forward, a 5'8" junior, number 34, Katie Linville. Linville's been playing very well of late and is now averaging 3.2 points per game. So once again, for the Fillies, it'll be Carson, Custard, Hudgens, Lunsford, and Linville. Harrison County, much like Boone County, struggling from the floor, averaging 42.8 points per game compared to Boone County's 41.8. On defense, not playing quite as efficiently as Boone County. Boone County giving up, as we said, 47.5 points per game. The Fillies are surrendering 52.5 points per game. On paper, Boone County about a 1-point favorite in this game, so expect for this game to be that close. And as I said, probably the first one to 50 may win this ball game. So there's your look at the starters for both Harrison County and Boone County. As far as the overall series between these two schools, this is the 4th time that they've gotten together. Unfortunately, Boone County has won all 3 of the previous meetings, including the only time they've played on the Hilltop in the series. Two teams got together the first time back in December of 1997 at Boone County High School at the Lady Rebel Classic, a game that the Lady Rebels won 62-40. They would not meet again until some 17 years later in December of 2014 here on the Hilltop. But once again, it was the Lady Rebels who came out on top, this time 57-39, And the last time the two teams got together was in December of 2015 up at Boone County High School, a game the Lady Rebels won 57-36. So hopefully Harrison County can pick up that all-elusive first win against Boone County here tonight. Well, I mentioned about how busy a schedule it is for Harrison County over the next several days. On Saturday, the Fillies will return to the Hilltop to take on Campbell County. And that game, as it'll be a JV varsity doubleheader, but it'll be in the afternoon. The JV team plays at 1, while the varsity team plays at 2:30. So make that note if you're planning on coming up to support your Fillies on Saturday. It's in the afternoon. Then on Monday, the Fillies will remain here at home as they'll take on Bluegrass United. For those who might not be familiar with who Bluegrass United is, that's a consortium of several home schools in the Lexington-Fayette County area who basically have just gotten a bunch of their kids together to have a basketball team. So they're no slouch. Now, they've been playing other sports along with basketball as a consortium for the last several years, and where the first couple of years they were definitely pushovers, now they've got some basketball talent. So don't just expect Harrison County to show up and win. It's going to be a little more difficult than that. Then on Thursday, a week from tonight, the Fillies will stay here at home as they'll host the Lady Eagles of Madison Southern. Meanwhile, the Thoroughbreds enjoying a long week of break from games, getting in plenty of practice time, and they are not going to play until Tuesday when they'll host the Eagles of Scott High School. So next Tuesday, the Breds back in action here on the Hilltop against Scott. Now our wrestling team, our boys wrestling team, will be in action this coming Saturday when they'll participate in the sectional duels, and those sectional duels will be held, at Scott High School. So lots of games going on involving Harrison County's winter sports. Also some good news to report on two fronts. For the Fillies, Marley Toll, who's been injured since way back, has been released by the doctor. So she's going to start practicing here the next couple of days, and it's going to be good to have Marley back. Meanwhile, on Harrison County Thoroughbred side, Caden Custard, who was injured way back, just like Marley, has been released as well. And I'm sure has been practicing with our guys, or at least will tomorrow or the next day, and be ready for that game against Covenant Scott next Tuesday. Right now, the Harrison County Air Force Junior ROTC is presenting the colors. So what we'll do is we'll have a listen to the national anthem, after which we'll take a break and then come back with the tip-off in tonight's game between Harrison County and Boone County. But right now, our Star-Spangled Banner. Alrighty, back here at the Hilltop, Harrison County and Boone County set to take each other on as soon as the starting quintets have been introduced in front of a decent crowd here. A lot of people come down from Boone County to watch their Lady Rebels play here tonight. Of course, I think maybe some excitement about the Fillies, who are playing much better despite their record. As I said, picking up an important win over Holmes night before last, a game that they almost frittered away all of what at one time was as much as a 11-point lead, but were able to hang on and eventually won going away by 17. Well, cheerleaders are here. The band's not here. Hopefully once school gets back in full swing. I mean, they've been going to classes so far, but it's not back in full swing yet. But maybe we'll get the band back here on Saturday afternoon. I know it's difficult, afternoon, band, but let's make that happen and have some more students involved in a great activity like extracurricular activities always are. Well, if you're fed up, call Canup. Canup Law promises to treat you with care, respect, and dignity in whatever legal situation you're in. Visit them at canuplaw.com. Well, the Lady Rebels have broken ranks. Jumping center will be Jocelyn Humphrey for them. Meanwhile, Harrison County just now coming to the mid-court stripe, as they'll say they're ready to play. And jumping center for Harrison County will be Hayden Lunsford, as we're about to get this game underway between the 4-8 Fillies and the 3-8 Lady Rebels. Tap control by the Lady Rebels, and racing the other way and making an easy basket, Lyric Hooper. Well, that was too fast and too easy a way to score. We just weren't paying attention. 2-0, and now a steal picked up by Humphrey. She misses the shot, however, and Keely Custard comes down with the rebound. Here's a pass into the corner to Custard. Now on the wing to Lunsford, up top to Hudgens. She tries to get the ball down low to Linville. Her pass is knocked away. As we come up the floor, we're going to have a foul called. Foul's going to be called on Linville. That'll be Katie's first personal foul. From the far sideline to inbounds the ball will be Bennett. She'll get it into the hands of Humphrey. Man-to-man defense being applied by the Fillies as Humphrey crossed the timeline on the near side of the midcourt circle. Now goes over to the other side in the paint, gets it in the corner. Here's a three fired up by Hacker, no good, but the long rebound is going to be chased down by Bennett. Bennett gives the ball now to Hooper. Hooper has the ball taken away on a nice steal that time by Harrison County's Carson. In the front court, up top, Custard gets the ball to Carson. Her three-point try is good. A Canup Law three-pointer by Maddie Carson, and Harrison County has the lead at 3-2. Good shooting that time by Maddie. 6:44 left to go in the first quarter with the basketball. Underneath is Humphrey, but we're going to have a violation, a 3-second violation on Boone County. So 3 turnovers already for the Lady Rebels. Little token pressure, 2-3 by the Boone County Lady Rebels. Linville gets the ball to Hudgens, who skip passes the ball in the corner to Carson. Carson now to Custard, up top to Lunsford, to the right side to Hudgens, long range. Hudgens, a skip pass to the far side to Carson, back on the wing to Custard, up top. Lunsford, three-point shot's good. Hayden Lunsford with another Canup Law three-pointer off of the assist from Keely Custard, and Harrison County now leads by a score of 6-2. In the front court with 6:06 left, the Lady Rebels, that's Humphrey. She'll get it down on the block to Hacker. Her shot from point-blank range is no good, but getting the rebound is Mia Bennett. And on the ensuing rebound, we're going to have a foul called on the Lady Rebels, Briasia Land. That'll be Land's first personal foul. Stockyards Bank and Trust has competitive home equity loans and home equity lines of credit. Ask a banker to learn more. That's Stockyards Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Custard with the basketball across the timeline. Hands it off now to Hudgens. Hudgens inside the center circle. Being guarded up there by Bennett. Now makes a move to the left elbow, backs up, gets it up to the top of the key to Linville. Linville a bounce pass to Lunsford. In the corner finds Custard. Custard drives against Hooper, puts up a shot, and it's good. The little runner that time by Keeley. And Harrison County is now up 8-2. 5:20 left to go in the first quarter. Across the timeline comes Hooper. Hooper fires the ball to the far hash mark to Bennett. Body's hitting the floor underneath the basket, no call. Land with it now to the left side. She'll find Hacker. Hacker in the corner. A three by Hooper is no good, but the long rebound's going to come all the way back out to Hooper. Here's a three from the top of the key. Good by Bennett. So Mia Bennett buries the tray. That'll get her team back to within 3 at 8-5. 4:48 left to go here in the first quarter. Across the timeline comes Hudgens. Hudgens step inside the center circle, drifts to the left side, long range. He'll get it on the wing to Custard. Keeley, a runner in the lane. Her shot's no good, but she's fouled. And will go to the line for 2. That foul is going to be called on Hooper. That'll be Hooper's first personal foul. Custard at the line for the first time tonight on the year, a 71% free throw shooter. At the 4:34 mark of the first, her first free throw is good. Harrison County extends its lead to 9-5. Second free throw is also good by Keeley, as Harrison County increases its lead back to 5 at 10-5 as they doubled up Boone County here in the first quarter. With the basketball between the circles, Humphrey. Humphrey gets around Lunsford from the left elbow. Jump shot off the mark. Rebound being fought for. And finally Land comes up with it. Her shot's no good. But the ensuing rebound is going to be brought in by Bennett. Shooting foul will send Bennett to the line. First free throws of the night for Bennett on the year. A 57% free throw shooter. First free throw is good. Narrows the gap to 10-6. Harrison County still with the lead here early. 4:17 left to go in the first quarter. The second free throw is also good. So Harrison County's lead down now to 10-7. In the front court with the basketball is Custard. Moves to the right side now, has her pocket picked by Hooper. Hooper goes all the way the other way, but this is the easy one. Gets her own rebound, however, and puts it back up and in. And Harrison County, their lead down to just 1 at 10-9 after that putback basket by Lyric Hooper with 3:48 left to go in the first quarter. Ball's knocked out of bounds. Harrison County will maintain possession, leading by 1. Lunsford from just to the left of the Lady Rebel bench will inbounds the ball to Custard near the timeline on the near side of the circle. Custard moves over to the left side, gets it back to the near side to Linville. Linville steps inside the paint, kicks it back up top to Carson for a three. Bounces high off the iron, no good. And Bennett skies for the rebound. Into the front court with the basketball. In the corner, a three by Humphrey is off the mark. Ball batted around like a pinball. Finally, Bennett is able to corral it. And as she goes back to the basket, we're going to have a foul. Carson was trying to set up for a charge, but got there a little bit late. It'll be Carson's first personal. From her own baseline to trigger the inbounds pass will be Bennett, her team down by 1. But first, a substitution as Addie Rowe will check in. Rowe, a 5'7" junior, averaging 1.2 points per game. From her own baseline, Bennett lobs it in between the circles to Humphrey. Humphrey in the paint, a runner is going to be off the mark. Rebound on the floor is going to be picked up by Custard. And up the floor, she gets the ball into the hands of Hudgens, who lays it up and in. First points of the night for Bailey. And Harrison County's lead back out to 3 at 12-9. In the front court with the basketball on the left side is Humphrey. Skip pass over on the far baseline to Bennett. Her shot's no good. And Lunsford will get the board. Into the front court with the basketball, Linville to the right side to Custard. In the corner finds Hudgens. Hudgens back up top to Lunsford. Nearly traveled. Lunsford looking for help. Now gets it on the wing to Hudgens. Hudgens goes back inside the center circle. Now makes her move. His bodies hit the floor inside. Here's a pass to Linville, a little bit too hot to handle. And the loose ball picked up by Boone. Racing the other way is Hooper. Knocks down Rowe for the charge. Nice job that time by Addie. And Bennett picks up her first personal foul. give the ball back to Harrison County. At El Paracutin, ladies or daily lunch specials and the always popular buffet are calling your name. Plan to visit soon to Harrison Square and enjoy a meal at El Paracutin. Cross timeline comes Custard. Gets it on the elbow extended to Linville. Dumps it into paint now to Hudgens. Hudgens, a half hook is going to be good. Hudgens with 4 points. And Harrison County's lead back to 14-9. And now we're going to have a timeout called, a full timeout by the Lady Rebels. 2:02 left to go in the first quarter. Your score, Harrison County 14, Boone County 9. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCY. Alrighty, back here at the Hilltop. Harrison County up 14-9 as they've scored the last 4 in a row. But out of the timeout, the Lady Rebels have the basketball. Humphrey up top. Lauren Hicks in the game for Harrison County. Hicks, a 5'6" sophomore, averaging 1.7. Over on the right side, Aaliyah Sharp in the game for Boone. Aaliyah Sharp, a 5'8" freshman, averaging 1.7. Sharp has it up top to Humphrey. To the left side, she'll find Hacker, who fires a three-pointer off the flange, no good. And the rebound's going to be pulled in by Custard. Custard gets the ball on the block to Lunsford. Her hook shot's no good, but she's fouled and will go to the line for 2. That foul's going to be called on Hacker. It'll be her first. Lunsford's first trip to the line tonight on the year, a 60% free throw shooter. First free throw for the junior at the 1:36 mark of the first quarter is on the way and good. 15-9 now your score. Second free throw upcoming for Lunsford is on the way, and that one is good as well. 5 points for her. Harrison County's lead its largest at 16-9. With the basketball in the front court, Humphrey stolen away by Hudgens. Hudgens one-on-one to the basket. Her shot's going to be blocked, but Keely Custard is there to get the offensive rebound. And as she goes up for a shot, we're going to have a foul called on Boone. Foul's going to be called on Land. That'll be Breasia Land's second personal foul. Now the ball gets away. Like a good neighbor, Joe Cochran with State Farm is there. Get a new home or auto quote with Joe by calling 859-234-3813. Joe always supports the Breads and Fillies. Lauren Hicks at the line. She's a 35% free throw shooter. First free try by the sophomore is perfect. Nothing but net as Bennett checks back in for Lady Rebels. Harrison County now up 17-9 with 81 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Second free throw for Hicks is also good. She must have been working on those free throws. And Harrison County has doubled up the Lady Rebels at 18-9 with their 8 straight points. Now going straight to the basket and traveling before she gets there was Humphrey. So on the turnover, give the ball back to Boone, back to Harrison County. Well, do you have a big group to feed? The Beast Pizza is great for birthdays and parties. Just dial 235-7627 right now. That's 235. Snap. That's a little weak, Ryan.
Yeah.
You're out of practice. All righty, Custer with the basketball goes baseline, stopped by Humphrey. She'll then try a pass to Lunsford that's knocked out of bounds by Bennett. Harrison, with 58 seconds left, will maintain possession. Inbounding the ball from the hash mark on the near side will be Lunsford. Lunsford looking, lobs it, knocked away by Humphrey, but chased down in the backcourt by Custard. And Keeley will bring it back across the timeline in the middle of the floor. Goes to the left elbow, kicks it in the corner to Hudgens. Ball fake, goes to the block to the glass. Her shot's good. Half a dozen points now for Bailey Hudgens. And Harrison County is up 20-9. 37 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Here's a pass to Hacker, knocked away. But the loose ball is going to be picked up by Leanna Teagarden, who's in the game. Teagarden, a 5'7" sophomore, averaging a half a point a game. With the basketball now, Humphrey gets it to the right side into the hands of Hacker. Hacker back up top to Bennett. And as Bennett goes into the paint, we're going to have a foul up front on Harrison County. It's going to be on Custard. That'll be Keeley's first with 19 seconds left. Harrison County right now on a 10-0 run. From her own baseline to trigger the inbounds pass will be Hacker. Here's a three fired up and good. That was actually Hacker that made this shot. Makes it 20-12 with time running out here in the first quarter. Here's a shot put up by Custard, no good. Scramble for the rebound, and we're going to have a jump ball with 2.3 seconds left. Possession arrow points the way of Boone County. So, oh, no, Harrison County. Okay. Coming in will be Katie Linville for this final 2.3 seconds. So Harrison County with the basketball from her own baseline, Lunsford. Lunsford looking, gets it to Custard, who drops the ball. And that is the way that the first quarter will end with your score. Harrison County 20, Boone County 12. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports. All righty, that three-pointer near the end of the first quarter by Hacker stopped a Harrison County 10-0 run. And now the Phillies lead just 8 at 20-12. Boone County had all kinds of problems finding the basket in that first quarter as they made just 4 of 20 shots. Meanwhile, Harrison County was very good, 6 out of 8. Going in with a runner and making it will be Bennett to start things out here in the second quarter. So Bennett gets her team back to within 6 at 20-14. 7:43 left to go in the first half. With the basketball, Lunsford, 10-footer on the baseline is no good, and the rebound is going to be ripped out of there by Teagarden. And up the floor and into the front court come the Lady Rebels. Shot no good. Rebound put back up and in by Jocelyn Humphrey. That's Humphrey's first basket of the game. With the basketball now, Harrison County up 20-16. A runner is no good, but Lunsford gets Linville gets the rebound, puts it back up no good, but she's fouled. And Katie will go to the line for a couple. 20-16. Linville at the line this year, 50%. First free throw is good to make the score 21-16. With 7:14 on the clock. Second free throw upcoming is on the way and no good. Long rebound. Going to be dug out of there by Humphrey. Humphrey in the front court. Right side gets the ball to Bennett, and Bennett buries the 10-footer. Timeout called by Harrison County. It's going to be just a 30-second timeout. So we'll keep it right here. The Harrison County's one-time 10-point lead is down to just 3 at 21-18 with 7:05 on the clock here in the first half. Harrison County trying to win back-to-back games for the first time this season, coupling it with the win that the Fillies had 2 nights ago up at Holmes. Well, they've been here for Farmers since 1916, and they're here for you now. Farm Credit in America. Contact Mike Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit efarmcredit.com. Phillies led 20-12 at the quarter break, but have been outscored 6-1 here in the second quarter. With basketball across the timeline comes Custer, pass to the left side beyond the arc to Lunsford. Lunsford double team, ball back tapped away from behind and stolen by the Lady Rebels. Out front with the basketball, Hooper lays it up and good. Transition basket that time by Lyric Hooper. And Harrison County is only leading by 1 now, 21-20. 6:36 left to go in the first half. With the basketball, Rowe double teamed, looking for help. Ball's knocked away, and we're going to have contact. And they're going to say it was a foul on Hudgens. Nope, it's going to be on Boone County's Humphrey. So Humphrey picks up her first personal foul. From her own baseline, Lunsford looking to get the ball inbounds, still looking. Somebody come and help her. Now the ball into Custard's hands. Keeley in the corner finds Lunsford. Lunsford back up top to Hudgens, who will reset the offense. Her team leading 21-20 a couple minutes into this second quarter. Now falling down is Hooper. Hudgens down low finds Linville, puts it up and in. Nice assist that time by Bailey. Linville with the bucket. And Harrison County back up by a score of 23-20. 6:03 left. Now a Bennett shot's no good, but Hooper is there for the rebound as they just keep on killing us, especially on the offensive boards. On that putback by Mia Bennett. 23-22 now is your score. Harrison County up by 1 and with the basketball. Custer over to the left side finds Lunsford in the paint to Hudgens, who puts it up and in. 8 points now for Bailey on that hook shot. Harrison County's lead back out to 3 once again at 25-22. 5:25 left to go in the first half. With the basketball in between the circles, Hooper over to the left side finds Hacker. Hacker inside to Humphrey. Then Humphrey throws the ball away. Lunsford there for the loose ball. That's 7 turnovers for Boone. Harrison County has 5 here in the first half. In the front court, Rowe to Lunsford, to the left side to Hudgens. She'll fire a 3, very short, but Linville's there for the rebound. Her putback is good. Nice offensive board work that time by the junior, who will have a chance to make the old-fashioned 3-point play. If she can make this free throw here, she's put her team up 27-22. 5 minutes right on the nose left here in the second quarter. Linville 1 for 2 from the line tonight. Free throw up, free throw good. Like the home rims. Sadie Rowe will check back in now for Katie Linville. 28-22, Harrison County with the 6-point lead after almost giving up all of what at one time was a 10-point lead. In the front court, Sharp, who's back in the game, lob down low, knocked away, and Lunsford picks up the loose ball. Hayden in the front court now will be called for a double dribble as she just couldn't quite put on the brakes. Humphrey will come back in now for Boone. Cynthia and Hardee's wants you to visit them for breakfast, lunch, or dinner on US 27 South. They've got the best burgers in town. That's out to Hardee's in Cynthiana. Into the front court with the basketball comes Humphrey. Humphrey now reverses her dribble. Gets it over on the far side to Bennett. Bennett gets it back up top now to Teagarden. And as Teagarden tries to pass back down low to Land, it's at her ankles. Land at 6'1", couldn't quite bend over to get it. So another turnover for the Lady Rebels. Harrison County maintaining right now a 6-point lead. Cross timeline comes Hudgens with the basketball. Hudgens inside the center circle. Now backs up Comes to the near side of the midcourt circle. Now back inside the circle. Pass to the left wing to Custard, long range. Good patience being shown by the Fillies here. Lunsford wide open for a three, off to the right. Long rebound's going to go out of bounds. Last touched by the Fillies. So Boone County will have a chance to get their first points in the last 3 minutes as they now trail by a half a dozen. Across the timeline with the basketball comes Humphrey. To the left side, finds Bennett. Bennett now takes her dribble to the top of the key to the right side. She'll pass it off to Humphrey. Humphrey, a skip pass back to the near side to Bennett. She'll get it to the foul line now to Land. And now Land throws the ball away. So the turnover bug really biting Boone County here in the first half, as that's their 10th. Harrison County with the basketball. Hudgens looks over to Coach Watson to see what play he wants to run this time down the floor. Hudgens in between the circles, reverses her dribble. Now reverses it back, goes into the paint. Her runner is too high off the glass, gets her own rebound, no good, but she's fouled. And that will send Bailey to the line for a couple of free throws. Fouls on Sharp. That'll be Aaliyah Sharp's first. Hudgens' first free throws of the night. She's a 79% free throw shooter. Has 8 points already in the game. At the 3:24 mark, her first free throw is good, as Lyric Hooper will check back in. Second free throw upcoming for Hudgens. It's on the way, and it is off the back flange, no good, and will go out of bounds. Last touch by the Fillies. So down by 7 now. Having given up the last 6 points in a row. Here come the Lady Rebels. Hooper looks over to Coach Humphrey to see what play he wants to run. She'll cross the midcourt stripe inside the center circle. Harrison County back on a 2-3 zone right now. Top of the key, Hooper fakes the three, gets to the right wing to Bennett. Bennett inside the arc, finds Humphrey, who makes the shot and is fouled, and will have a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play. That's 4 points now for Jocelyn Humphrey. Makes it 29-24. On the year, Humphrey is a 51% free throw shooter, and she misses that one. And with the rebound was Lunsford. In the front court with the basketball, Harrison County. Lunsford flips it to Hicks from the top of the key for three. In and out. Just barely missed it. Too much English. And Humphrey will come home with the rebound. Up the floor and into the front court come the Lady Rebels. That's Bennett. Bennett flashes the ball into the corner to Teagarden. Now here back on the wing to Humphrey. Up top now to Hooper. Hooper in the far corner to Sharp. Sharp gets it down low to Hooper. Double teamed. Here's a pass beyond the wing to Bennett. Her three-pointer is off the flange. And going to get the offense or the defensive rebound is Hudgens. Hudgens drops it down low, knocked away and out of bounds by Teagarden. So Harrison County will maintain possession. 29-24, the Fillies lead. 2:19 left to go in the half. From in front of the Lady Rebel bench, Lunsford will inbounds the ball. Lobs it up top to Custard. Custard turns around to see what the defense is. It's still man-to-man as it has been since the start. Custard drifts over to the left side, long range, and gets the ball into the hands of Lunsford. Lunsford on the baseline finds Custard. Custard goes to the block, forces up a shot, no good. And Sharp comes up with a rebound, and here come the Lady Rebels in a hurry. Sharp up top, has the ball knocked away. Loose ball picked up by Hudgens. Her 10-footer from left side is way off the mark. Too quick a shot, and Hooper gets the rebound. Got to be patient. Hooper in the front court drops the ball, picks it back up, and gets it into the corner to Humphrey on the wing to Bennett. Bennett goes into the paint, drops it down low to Hooper, who misses the shot. Fight for the rebound, and it goes out of bounds. Last touched, they're going to say, by Hooper in Boone County, so Harrison County will get the ball back as both teams kind of wandering around, not doing much done. That foul's actually going to be on Hooper, and that'll be Hooper's second personal foul. About to check in the game will be Hacker after this first free throw by Lunsford. Hayden 2 for 2 from the line today. She has 5 points, halfway to her season's average, with 1:34 on the clock here in the first half. First free throw by the junior is on the way, and it's going to be good. Give her 6 points. Along with hacker Alana Glasheen will come in. Glasheen, a 5'7" sophomore, averaging .3 points per game. 30-24 your score. Second free throw is no good by Lunsford, and grabbing the rebound is going to be Glasheen. Back in the game, Hicks returns for Harrison County along with Eddie Rowe. And now some question about that foul at the scorer's table. As the player who just came in, Glasheen, is not in the book. So that's a technical foul. And shooting the technicals will be Bailey Hudgens. Hudgens 1 for 2 from there tonight. Has 9 points already here in the first half. First free throw is good. Makes it 31-24, and her second free throw is also good. Makes it 32-24. And still 1:33 on the clock, and Harrison County will get possession of the ball as well after the technical foul because of a player who was not listed in the book. Across the timeline with the basketball now will come Hudgens. Crosses over a dribble as she goes to the left side. Now steps inside the arc at the top of the key. Now in the paint, dumps it off on the baseline to Custard, who puts it up and in. Keely Custard with 6 points on that 10-footer on the baseline. Makes it a 34-24 Harrison County advantage, matching their largest lead of the ball game so far. Foul on Custard on the other side, though, will send Humphrey to the line where she's 0 for 1. Humphrey's first one is good. So number 20 more makes it 34-25. With another one coming, and it is going to be good as well. 34-26. Harrison County's lead back down to 8 with just over a minute to go in the second quarter. Across the timeline comes Custard. Drifts to the left side. Now a bounce pass to the elbow to Linville. Linville backs up, looking for help, gets the ball to the foul line to Rowe. Rowe gets it back in between the circles to Hudgens. Hudgens, baseball pass to Linville on the block. Katie spins, has the ball knocked away. Loose ball on the floor, picked up by the Lady Rebels. In the front court, Humphrey. Pass to the left corner to Bennett. Bennett drives baseline. Her reverse layup is missed. Humphrey gets the rebound. Her putback is no good, but she is going to be fouled. Humphreys back to the line where she's now 2 for 3. Team averaging 14 points right now. She has 6. 35 seconds left to go in the first half. First free throw by the sophomore is going to rim out, no good. Coming back in, Teagarden for Boone County. For Harrison County, Hicks will return to the floor. Second free throw for Humphrey, trying to make it a 7-point game. Is up and misses it as well, and Hicks will go in and get the rebound. Up the floor, she'll give the ball to Custard. Custard across the timeline, looks at the clock, sees there's 25 seconds. Lunsford tries a pass inside, knocked away, but Hudgens goes and gets the loose ball. Now Hudgens races baseline, gets the ball to Rowe, up top to Custard for 3, count him down. Give the assist to Rowe as Custard gets another Knupplaw three-pointer and makes the score 37-26. With just 5 seconds left, the three-pointer is no good. Rebound pulled down by Lunsford. Her half-court shot at the buzzer is no good, and that is the way that the first half will end. With your score, Harrison County 37. And the Lady Rebels of Boone County 26. An exciting first half of basketball, especially if you're a Fillies fan. We invite you to join us now for our halftime show, brought to you by Joe Cochran out at State Farm. We'll go over all the scoring and stats from the first half of play in this home game. The first time we've been home in 5 days, and so far it's been very successful. But once again, your halftime score from here on the Hilltop, Harrison County 37, Boone County 26. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports. Alrighty, back here at the Hilltop, Harrison County with a 37-26 lead at the half. Harrison County was able to go on, find it here, a 14-4 run at the end of the first half to take this 11-point lead. Taking a look at the scoring, first for Boone County, they're led by Maya Bennett, who has 9 points here at the break. 8 points for Lyric Hooper, 6 for Jocelyn Humphrey, and 3 points on a tray by Lauren Hacker. Also playing but not scoring were Aaliyah Sharp, Breasia Land, Alana Glashing, and Leanna Teagarden. For Harrison County, Bailey Hudgens, 11 first half points, 9 points for Keely Custard, 6 for Hayden Lunsford, 3 on a tray by Maddie Carson, and a couple of points as well for Lauren Hicks to round out the scoring. The only player who got to play but did not score for Harrison was Addie Rowe. That's the way the individual numbers stack up. We'll take a break and come back and take a look at the team stats following this timeout. But once again, your halftime score, Harrison County 37, Boone County 26. You're listening to the halftime show brought to you by Joe Cochran out at State Farm on WCYN Sports. Alrighty, back here at the Hilltop, Harrison County leading by a score of 37 to 26. Let's see here, taking a look at the scoring. Boone County 9 out of 27 for the floor for 33.3%. They attempted 8 trays and made just 2. Meanwhile, for Harrison County, they're shooting a very solid 11 of 22. That's 50%, and 3 of 8 from beyond the arc. From the free throw line, Harrison County went there 15 times in the first half and made 12. That's 80% coming into the game. Harrison County hitting just 66% of their free throws, but 80% here in the first half. Meanwhile, Boone County only went to the line 8 times and made 5 for 62.5%. Turnovers, Harrison County turned the ball over 7 times in the first half compared to 11 miscues by Boone County. But the Rebels, not very surprisingly, out-rebound Harrison County in the first half 17 to 12. 10 offensive rebounds for Boone County. That's how they got up 27 shots. 7 defensive. They were led in rebounding in the first half by Maya Bennett's 5. Meanwhile, 4 offensive and 8 defensive rebounds for the Fillies. They were paced in that department by Keely Custard, who has 4 boards here at the break. So there are your team stats and the reason why that Harrison County leads by this 37 to 26 margin at the half. We invite you to stay tuned for second half action right after this timeout as we'll bring you the third quarter handoff. Once again, your halftime score, Harrison County 37, Boone County 26. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports. Alrighty, back here at the Hilltop, Harrison County leading by a score of 37-26 over Boone County as we are about to begin the third quarter of play. As we mentioned, Harrison County will be back in action on Saturday, an afternoon matinee affair with the Lady Campbell of Campbell County. JV game will start at 1 with the varsity game at 2:30. If you're fed up, call Canup. Canup Law promises to treat you with care, respect, and dignity in whatever legal situation you're in. Visit them at canuplaw.com. Harrison County will have the ball to start out this third quarter, leading by 11. Here's a pass to Hudgens. Elbow extended. She goes beyond the arc. Now goes baseline, cut off by Bennett. Almost double team. Now dishes it off to Lunsford, who will fire a three. Air ball. And the rebound is brought in by Custard. Nice job that time by Keeley. Underneath the basket, Hudgens, and she's going to be fouled. Nope, they're just going to say the ball went out of bounds. She got clobbered that time by Land. So Lunsford from her own baseline to trigger the inbounds pass. Lunsford looking. Here's a bounce pass to Custard. Ball knocked away. Loose ball picked up by Lunsford, and it's good. Lunsford in the right place at the right time that time. With the layup off of the loose ball, makes it 39-26. 7:15 left to go here in this third quarter of play. We played about a minute. With the basketball between the circles is Hooper. Gets it on the baseline to Bennett. Back up top to Hooper. Hooper gets it to the top of the key to Hacker, who will fire a three. It's no good. And on the rebound, we're going to have a foul called on Hooper. And that'll be 3 fouls on Lyric Hooper, the one player they could ill afford to have out of this game. So Harrison County with the basketball. They'll bring it up the floor, leading by a baker's dozen. Across the timeline will come Custard. Right side, Carson for three. No good off the flange. Rebound, though, is picked up by Linville. Linville fans it back out to Lunsford, whose three is also no good. And this time, grabbing the defensive board will be Hacker. And now just a terrible pass by Bennett. Another turnover that makes a dozen for Boone County as Aaliyah Sharp will check in the game, as Hooper will have to check out with those 3 personal fouls. Hooper, normally the leading scorer at 14.5 points per game, but has just 8 so far in this contest. Across the timeline comes Custard. Just to the left side, gets the ball into the hands of Hudgens. Hudgens in the paint. Here's a hook shot by Lunsford, no good. Rebound, Custard, put back, no. And now coming down with the rebound will be Humphrey in the front court. Here's a lob shot put up, no good, but the rebound is put back up and in by Sharp. Sharp with the offensive putback for her first points of the game. Gets her team back to within 11 at 39-28. 5:54 on the clock here in the third. Cross timeline comes Custard. Custard drifts to the right side inside the arc, gets it on the wing to Carson. Now back on the baseline to Custard, but Custard wasn't quite expecting it. But trying to save it from going out of bounds, Boone County. Harrison will maintain possession. From her own baseline, Linville to trigger the inbounds pass. Linville looking, still looking. Now lobs it up top to Hudgens. Hudgens looking down the eyes of her defender, Bennett, will give the ball back to Custard. Custard on the far side of the midcourt circle. Brings over to this side in front of her own bench to Hudgens. Hudgens crosses over her dribble, goes baseline, and now drops the ball, but it's because she was fouled. That foul is going to be called on Bennett. That'll be Maya Bennett's second personal foul. Just a common foul. Once again, Linville will trigger the inbounds pass. Linville looking, still looking, lobs it in the paint, knocked away, and loose ball picked up by Boone County. First turnover of the second half on Harrison County. It's also going to be a foul on Carson. So Carson joins Custard with multiple fouls here in the third quarter. Stockyards Bank and Trust has competitive home equity loans and home equity lines of credit. Ask a lender to learn more. That's Stockyards Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Between the circles, Bennett gets the ball to the right side to Humphrey. She'll put up a three-point try, no good short. Rebound is going to be pulled in by Custard. So head the other direction. 7 rebounds tonight for Keeley. With the basketball now, Carson to the right side finds Lunsford. Lunsford goes to the basket. Her leaner is no good. Linville with the rebound. Her putback is no good. And with the rebound now will be Humphrey. In the front court come the Lady Rebels. Bennett misses the shot, but she's going to be fouled, this time by Custard. That'll be Keeley's third. Going to the line will be Bennett. She's 2 for 2 from the charity stripe tonight. Has 9 points overall. Her first free throw here is good. Rowe back in for Harrison. Teagarden back in for Boone. As Bennett about to shoot the second of her 2 free throw tries. She made the first. And with 4:50 left in the third, she misses her second, and Linville will come down with the rebound. In the front court with the basketball, Hudgens spins, puts up a shot short. Rebound pulled down by Sharp. And coming up the floor, a foul on Rowe. That'll be Addie's first personal foul. Inbounding it will be Sharp. At El Paracutan, daily lunch specials and the always popular buffet are calling your name. Plan a visit soon to the Harrison Square and enjoy a meal at El Paracutan. I did last night, in fact. Got a quesadilla, steak quesadilla. They're great. Over on the left side, Sharp, long range, gets to Bennett. Now to the right side to Humphreys. Humphreys gets around Rowe, and as she does, a foul on Eddie. Trying to overguard. That'll be 2 fouls on her now. 4:23 left to go in the third quarter. Harrison County led by 11 at the half. They now lead by 10. Bennett from her own baseline. Lobs it up top to Humphrey. Humphrey fires a 3. Off the mark. Rebound knocked out of bounds by the Lady Rebels. So give the ball back to Harrison County. Like a good neighbor, Joe Cochran with State Farm is there. Get a new home or auto quote with Joe by calling 859-234-3813. Joe always supports the Breads and Fillies. Hudgens now with the basketball across the timeline in the middle of the floor. Gets over the left side, long range to Custard. Custard double teamed. Oh, and she gets the ball knocked away from her. Loose ball picked up by Bennett. Bennett's throw into the front court's knocked away as well, and Humphreys trying to save it will instead knock it out of bounds. So one turnover begets another. Give the ball back to the Fillies as both teams playing a little bit sluggishly over the first 4 minutes of this third quarter. But I'd rather play sluggish 10 points ahead than play sluggish 10 points behind. Across the timeline comes Hudgens. Gets it to the left side inside the arc. Nearly traveled. Shot put up no good. And Rowe goes and gets the loose ball. With the basketball, Custer tries a pass down low to Linville, but Katie's going to be fouled from behind by Breasia Land, who's in the game, and that'll be Breasia Land's third personal foul. Going to call it a shooting foul. And first a timeout, though, by Harrison County. It's going to be either a full or a 30-second. We'll find out here in a second. And it's going to be just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. Coach drawing a play up in the huddle. See if we can get another basket. Harrison County has scored just 2 points in the first 4+ minutes of this third quarter, but still lead by 10. Well, do you have a big group to feed? The Beast Pizza is great for birthdays and parties. Just dial 235-7627 right now. That's 235.
Snap.
Much better. Much better.
I was ready.
Good to be ready. You a Boy Scout?
Oh, yeah.
Always ready.
Always ready.
There you go. Harrison County anxious to get started. Already out on the floor. Now the Lady Rebels will join them. Harrison County leading 39-29 from her own baseline. Linville will trigger the inbounds pass. Wrap around pass to Custard, who lays it up but misses the shot. And the rebound is going to be pulled in by Bennett. And here come the Lady Rebels into the front court, trying to cut the deficit down to single digits. Bennett with the basketball on the left side. She'll bring it back to the timeline to reset. Now just bouncing the ball from one hand to another. Harrison County up by 10, content to stay back in that zone if this is the way that the Lady Rebels want to play it. Bennett a pass to the right side to Teagarden. Back up top to Bennett. Now to the elbow to Humphrey. Humphrey goes into the paint. A leaner from 10 is good. 8 points now for Jocelyn Humphrey on the 10-foot leaner. Makes it 39-31. Harrison County still with the 8-point lead. Under 3 to go in the third. Here's a pass to Custard. Custard in the paint. A runner is no good. Rowe gets the rebound. Her putback is no good. And no foul was called. And coming up the floor with the basketball will be Humphrey. Shot put up is no good. And coming down with the rebound will be Linville. In the front court, Harrison County, right side Lunsford, ball fake, goes baseline to the block, cut off by Sharp, gets it on the wing to Linville. Linville, a pass to Rowe in the paint, ball knocked away, and the loose ball is going to be picked up by Bennett. Bennett will get the ball now to Land. Breasia Land to Teagarden in the front court to Bennett. 2:15 left to go in the third, and now timeout called by the Lady Rebels. We'll take it as well. 2:13 left in the third, your score, Harrison County 39, Boone County 31. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports. Alrighty, back here at the Hilltop. Harrison County enjoying an 8-point lead right now as both teams have gone cold here in the third quarter from the floor. Harrison County has made just one basket, while the Lady Rebels have made just two. And there's still 2:13 left, so that's the low-scoring third quarter. Out of the timeout, the Lady Rebels will have the ball down by 8. Bennett with it up top. Goes in between the circles, pass back to the right side to Humphrey, long range. Humphrey goes into the paint, double teamed. Her shot's no good, and there's going to be a charge as Lauren Hicks steps in to accept the charge. Nice play that time by Lauren. Right out of the Maddie Carson take a charge playbook. 3 fouls for each team here in the second half. Harrison County with the basketball. Custard across the timeline, drifts to the right side, goes into the paint, double teamed, and a travel is going to be called as she got too deep in the penetration into no man's land and had nowhere to go. So give the ball back to the Lady Rebels. Still trailing by 8 with under 2 to go in the third. Still lots of basketball to be played. Across the timeline comes Bennett to the right side. She'll find Humphrey. Humphrey back up top to Bennett. Bennett flashes the ball to the left side to Teagarden. Steps inside the arc. 15-footer is short. And Lunsford goes in and digs out the rebound. She'll bring it in the front court on the left side to Rowe. Rowe in the paint to Hicks. Fans it back up top to Lunsford. Lunsford thought real hard about the three, but wisely turned it down with Sharp's hand in her face. She'll get the ball to Custard now. Keeley brings the ball between the circles. Pass to the left side now to Rowe. In the paint to Lunsford. Back up top to Hicks. Over on the right side to Carson. In the corner finds Custard. Custard now will bring the ball back up top to reset the offense. Pass to the left side to Hicks, long range. Hicks to the foul line to Lunsford. Back to Hicks at the top. Pass to Carson on the right side. Down low on the baseline to Lunsford. Her shot off the glass is good. Give the assist to Carson. The points to Lunsford. And Harrison County's lead is back to 10 at 41-31 with 51 seconds left to go in the third. Pass to the left side. Long range to Teagarden. She'll get it between the circles to Humphrey. Humphrey drifts to the right side, steps inside the arc, puts up a 10-footer, bounces off, and Lunsford gets the rebound. Up the floor, she races to the foul line. Jump shot is off the mark, no good. Custard with the rebound. Her shot is also no good. And now coming out of there will be Rowe with the basketball. And a foul is going to be called on Sharp. That'll be Sharp's second personal foul. Rowe going to the line for the first time tonight on the season. She is attempting her first free throws of the campaign. At the 28-second mark of the third, her first free throw is going to bounce high off the iron and off. No good. Hudgens back in for Harrison County. Glasheen back in for Boone County, along with Tegan Greggs. Tegan Greggs, a 5'7" sophomore, averaging 1.2, making her first appearance of the night. Second free throw for Rowe is going to bounce high off the iron again and is going to be knocked out of bounds by Boone County. Keely Custard checks back in real quick for the final 28 seconds of this third quarter. From her own baseline, Lunsford gets the ball in the corner to Custard. Custard back up top to Hudgens, looks at the clock and sees there's 24 seconds there. Goes in between the circles now as it appears as though Harrison will go for the last shot of the quarter. Right now leading by 10. They led it by 11 at the half. Hudgens just yo-yoing the ball right now in this low-scoring third quarter. Harrison County has scored just 4 points, while Boone County has scored 5. 5 seconds left. Hudgens, top of the key, makes her move. Ball knocked away from behind. Loose ball picked up, and there will not be a shot as the horn sounds. So at the end of 3-year score, Harrison County 41, Boone County 31. You're listening to Philly basketball on WCYN. Alrighty, 8 minutes left to go in this basketball game on the hilltop between Harrison County and Boone County. Harrison County leading 41-31. Well, they've been here for farmers since 1916, and they're here for you now. Farm Credit Mid-America. Contact Mike Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit efarmcredit.com. From the far sideline, inbounding the ball will be Bennett as Boone County will have the ball to begin things. Lyric Hooper, who's saddled with 3 fouls, will bring it across the timeline. Hooper on the left side now, looking at Harrison County's 2-3 zone. Gets to the right side to Bennett beyond the arc. Now down on the baseline to Humphrey. Her 10-footer rolls off the rim, no good, but Land is there, misses this shot, and the ensuing rebound put back up and in, this time by Humphrey. Humphrey with 10 points now. Gets her team back to it in 8 at 41-33. And now an injured player is Katie Linville sitting down on the baseline, trying to collect herself. Harrison County's lead now at 8 with 7:42 on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Didn't see what happened, but they're working on her nose. Somebody got bopped hard on that nose. Doesn't look like it's bleeding any, so that's a good sign. Sometimes, though, man, an elbow especially comes down on that nose, it can hurt really bad. Cambry Custard going over there to check things out. And now Katie will be getting up, so maybe take a little break to collect herself and get on back in there. Katie, 6 points and 6 rebounds tonight. Yep, she'll be fine. 7:42 left on the clock. Harrison County coming in 4-8, trying to win back-to-back games for the first time this season, while Boone County 3-8 and the losers of 4 games in a row. Rowe checks back in for Harrison County along with Lauren Hicks. With the basketball, Custard across the timeline. Drifts to the left side and gets the ball in the hands of Hudgens. Hudgens to the top of the key to Hicks. Over on the right side, tries a pass to Rowe, but went a bit beyond her and out of bounds. Phillies committed 7 turnovers the entire first half, but here in the first 30 seconds, or a quarter and 30 seconds of the second half, they've committed 6. I have to get that number down if we want to make sure we win this game. Boone County, though, 14 turnovers on the day. Across the timeline with the basketball, Hooper to the right side to Bennett, back up top to Hooper. Now to the left side to Hacker. Hacker gets it in the corner to Bennett. Bennett drives baseline, puts up a shot, and it's good from about 10 feet away. 12 points for Bennett. And Harrison County's lead is now 8 at 41-33. 6:59 on the clock with the basketball. 41-35, I should say. Hicks up top with the basketball now. Gets it in the paint, knocked away. Loose ball picked up by the Lady Rebels on the run. Humphrey to the basket, lays it up and good. A dozen points for Humphrey. And Harrison County will call a timeout as they've seen their one-time 11-point lead shrunk down to 4. It's going to be a full, so we'll take it as well. 6:40 left to go, your score. Harrison County 41, Boone County 37. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports. All righty, right now, Boone County on a 9-2 run. They've taken an 11-point lead for Harrison down to 4. Out of the timeout with 6:38 left. The Phillies have the basketball and need a bucket. Custer to the left side to Lunsford. Lunsford back up top to Custard again. To the right side finds Hicks. In the corner row, open for 3. Good! Another Canuck ball three-pointer, this time by Addie Rowe off of the assist from Lauren Hicks. Boy, we needed that in the worst way. 44-37. Now, and Bennett comes the other way and makes a shot. So Harrison County up now 44-39. We approach the 6-minute mark of this ball game. Hudgens to the left side to Custard. Custard moves the ball into the paint, kicks it in the corner to Lunsford for 3. No good this time. Rebound knocked around and out of bounds. Last touched by the Phillies. Back in the game, Teagarden returns for Boone County. So down by 5, Boone with the basketball. Cynthiana Hardee's wants you to visit them for breakfast, lunch, or dinner on US 27 South. They've got the best burgers in town. That's Hardee's in Cynthiana. With the basketball, Hooper up top to the right side finds Bennett. Bennett back up top to Hooper. To the left side, she'll find Humphrey on the baseline to Bennett. Bennett brings it back on the wing on the far side, guarded by Lunsford. Now Lunsford will back off. Hooper to the left elbow, up top to Bennett for a three-point try. Bounces off. Hicks comes down with the rebound for Harrison County. And up the floor with the basketball comes Custard. Custard defended by Humphrey. Just to the far side of the midcourt circle. Gets the ball to Hicks on the wing in front of the stable. Hicks double team looking for help. And now we've got a timeout called by Harrison County. It will be a full timeout, so we'll take it as well. 5 minutes exactly on the clock. Your score, Harrison County 44, Boone County 39. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WC. back here at the Hilltop. Harrison County clinging to a 5-point advantage with exactly 5 minutes left to go here in this ball game. Now the timeout. Rowe will inbounds the ball. He'll go into the backcourt to Custard. 7 turnovers in the second half for Harrison County compared to just 3 for the Rebels. Custard at the foul line, gets it over in the corner to Rowe. She'll fire a 3, air ball. Rebound pulled down by Cooper. As she comes up the floor, she's going to be fouled. It's going to be on Bailey Hudgens. That'll be Hudgens' first. Just a common foul. 4:47 on the clock. Harrison County still leading by 5, but it's a precarious 5 right now. Cooper will inbounds the ball to Bennett. Bennett will bring the ball up the floor. Now gets it back to Hooper. Hooper will cross the timeline inside the center circle. Now moves in between the circles. Pass to the right side to Bennett. Bennett lobs the ball to the top of the key to Hooper. Hooper back up top to Bennett once again. Bennett pass to the right side to Humphrey in front of her own bench. Humphrey in the corner to Hooper. Ball fake, ball knocked away and stolen by Hudgens. And here come the Fillies in a hurry. Hudgens to Lunsford, right side 10-footer, in and out. Rebound is fought for, and we're going to have a tie-up. Alternating possession arrow faces Harrison County's way. Maddie Carson will check back in now. She'll come in for Rowe. From her own baseline, Lunsford to trigger the inbounds pass. It's Harrison County's offense gets where they're supposed to be. Lunsford looking, gets it into the corner, knocked away, and the loose ball is going to be picked up by Humphrey. Humphrey in the front court, doesn't stop. Now the ball's back tapped away from behind, and Lunsford gets the loose ball. Lunsford outlet pass to Custard to the basket, puts it up and in. Give Lunsford the assist. Custard some big points as Harrison County's lead back to 46-39. 3:52 left. Here's a 3 by Humphrey, no good off the front of the rim, and the rebound is going to go out of bounds. Bennett tried to save it, but she was just about to run out of bounds. 3 minutes and 47 seconds left in this basketball game. Harrison County now with a 7-point lead in the ball. Across the timeline comes Custard. Custard at the top of the key, goes to the right elbow extended, now to the top of the key to Hudgens. Hudgens in the paint, spins, falls away, her shot's no good, but a foul is going to be called on Bennett. There'll be 3 on Maya Bennett. Hudgens to the line, where she is 3 for 4. Has not scored since the second quarter. 3:31 left to go in the game. First free throw's on the way and good. She'll have another. 47-39. 3:31 on the clock. Her second free throw is good as well. 48-39 is your score. And now as we get the ball into the front court, a foul is going to be called. Or no foul is called. So Bennett will inbounds the ball for Boone County. They trail by 9. 3:25 left. Not that every possession is important now, but they need to be efficient with them. And now a timeout, an official's timeout. And now there will be a timeout called by Boone County. It will be a, nope. So no timeout was called. Some confusion amongst the officials here as to whether a timeout was called or not. Inbounding the ball will be Sharp, who's back in the game. She'll get it between the circles now to Bennett. Bennett back to the near side to Humphrey. Humphrey up top finds T-guard. Now to Land. Now to the top of the key to Bennett. Bennett knocks down Carson. Can't be calling a foul on Maddie. She leveled her with a forearm. Please. That'll be 3 on Maddie. Going to the line will be Bennett. Bennett 3 for 4 from the line. has 14 points to lead her team. At the 3:10 marker, first free throw's good. Makes it 49-40. With 3:10 left, second free throw is also good by Bennett. Makes the score 49-41. Harrison County still in the lead, which they've had since very early in the ball game when they trailed 2-0. Against full court pressure, the inbounds pass comes to Custard. Custard across the timeline on the far sideline, now goes to the baseline and reverses back out again. She was cut off by Humphrey. Custard at the top of the key. Now backs up inside the center circle to reset. Under 3 to go, Harrison up by 7. 48-41. Now here's a hook shot by Lunsford, no good. Ball knocked around, Lunsford gets it back. Her putback is no good. And this time it'll be Bennett who comes away with the rebound. Here's a 3 fired up, no good by Bennett. Rebound is going to be picked up by number 11, that's Glasheen, who's back in the game, and she is instantly tied up by Carson, but the possession arrow faces Boone County's way. 48-41. With the basketball up top, Humphrey, right side, Bennett steps inside the arc, puts up a 15-footer, good. Bennett from the right side with 18 points, 48-43. Harrison County's lead back to 5 again with 2:13 on the clock. With the basketball, Custard has the ball back tapped away from behind and stolen by Humphrey. Humphrey all the way the other way, misses the layup. Hicks gets the rebound for the Fillies. And now she'll have the ball tapped out of her hands and out of bounds. Harrison County, I believe, will maintain possession, and they will. With under 2 minutes to go, Harrison leading by 5. Hudgens against full court pressure. Gets the ball to Custard. Custard up the far sideline, gets it in the front court to Hudgens. Hudgens now will dribble it back up to the near side and try to bring the Lady Rebels out of a little bit of a zone. Hudgens on the right side of the circle to the far hash mark in front of the stable to Custard. Custard in the paint, gets it to Carson. Carson back on the wing to Lunsford. Now in between the circles to Hudgens once again. Hudgens inside the circle. Now near the timeline is going to be pushed, and it's going to be on Humphrey. That'll be her third. Timeout called by Boone County. It's going to be full, so we'll take it as well. 90 seconds left to go. Your score, Harrison County 48, Boone County 43. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WC. Alrighty, out of the timeout, Harrison County with the basketball. Hicks will inbounds it from the far hash mark into the hands of Lunsford. Lunsford over to the far hash mark to Custard. Custard moves inside the center circle, now to the near side of that circle. And now she'll get it to Hicks at the elbow. Hicks, a wraparound pass, a no-look pass is stolen away by Boone County, but then Harrison County re-steals it. Had that happen several times tonight. Custard to Hudgens. Hudgens back to Custard inside the center circle as we go to a minute left to go in this ball game. Harrison up by 5. Here's a lob to Lunsford on the far side. Lunsford gets the ball inside the center circle to Custard. And now Custard is going to step on the sideline. That's 11 second half turnovers for the Fillies, trying to make things interesting, I guess. I'd like it less interesting. 57 seconds on the clock, down by 5, Boone County with the basketball. Cross timeline comes Bennett to the right side. She'll get the ball to Humphreys. A 15-footer is no good. Rebound is put back up, no good by Sharp. And now Hicks comes down with the rebound and is in a hurry. Harrison County trying to pass it down low, has it knocked out of bounds by Boone. So the Fillies will maintain possession. Remember, coming into the game, Boone County 1-5 in close games. So they haven't done very well in these situations. Meanwhile, Harrison County in these such close games has a record of 0-1. That one loss to Woodford County in the Tip-Off Classic. From our own baseline, Lunsford to trigger the inbounds pass. Gets it to Hudgens. Hudgens will bring it back to the top of the key. There, and Boone County's going to have to start fouling pretty soon. 35 seconds left, down by 5. In the corner, Lunsford. Up top once again to Hudgens. And now Hudgens is going to be fouled by Sharp. There'll be 3 fouls on Aaliyah Sharp. So now 5 different Boone County Lady Rebels have 3 personal fouls. Just a common foul. 29 seconds still left. Harrison County clinging practically to a 48-43 lead. Lunsford inbounds the ball to Custard. Custard back to Lunsford. Lobs it to the top of the key to Hudgens. Now on the baseline to Carson. And now Carson is going to be fouled by Sharp. That'll be 4 on Aaliyah Sharp. And we'll send Carson to the line for 2. See, Maddie on the air. These are her first free throw attempts of the season. Has 3 points, which is right at her season's average. Had a 3 back in the first quarter. First one here is perfect. 49-43, Harrison County with the lead. With 22 seconds on the clock. Second free throw is no good, but Carson goes and gets her own rebound. Good job. With the basketball near the timeline is Custard. She'll get it to the far sideline to Carson. Carson back to Custard. Clock down to 10. Boone County's letting an awful lot of time run off the clock before fouling. That foul's on Humphrey. That'll be her 4th. Going to the line, Custard for 2. She's 2 for 2 on the night. Has 11 points overall. First one's on the way and good. That should just about do it. Harrison County up 50-43, and for the second consecutive game, they've held off a charge by the other team to win. Second free throw is on the way and good as well. She now has a baker's dozen. 51-43, your score. With the basketball on the baseline, Bennett. And now we're going to have a foul on Harrison County's Hicks. That'll be, nope. That'll be Hicks's first. 5 seconds left. With the basketball on the baseline is Bennett. Lobs it up top to Humphrey. She'll put a 3 up there, and it's good. Gives her 15 points, and with 1 second left, time is called by the Rebels. We'll keep it here so we don't miss this last 1.6 on the clock. 51-46. It's going to be a hard-fought win. Not that it's completely impossible to score 5 points with 2 seconds left, but it's be very hard. I saw a team who was trailing by 5 lose with 5 seconds left. Southern Cal was playing somebody. Let's say UCLA. UCLA was up by 5. Southern Cal got a basket with like 5 seconds left. And then UCLA on the inbounds pass threw the ball away. The USC guy got it and buried a 3 at the buzzer. Southern Cal wins by 1 on 6 points in 5 seconds. It was pretty amazing. But be that as it may, remember we've got another game coming up on Saturday when the Fillies will be hosting regional foes, the Lady Campbells of Campbell County. And just to tell you a little bit about the Lady Campbells, coming into tonight's action, they have a record of 9-2. Their only 2 losses were to Martin County and also to Jackson County, 2 teams that have pretty hefty resumes. So hopefully the Fillies can use the momentum that they've gathered in both the game 2 nights ago up in Holmes and tonight's game against Boone County, a couple of wins over 9th region foes, to take on another Northern Kentucky school in Campbell County. All right, out of the timeout, Lunsford will run the baseline. Now runs back, gets it to Custard. Custard wraps it up, and there's your ball game. The Harrison County Fillies, for the first time this season, win back-to-back games. Tonight's score 51-46. A good win for our girls as they improve overall on the year to 5-8. Meanwhile, Boone County loses its 5th in a row and now see their record fall to 3-9. We invite you to join us now for our post-game show. We'll go over all the scoring and stats from tonight's game, as well as have a chat with a member of the Harrison County coaching staff. That'll be coming up right after this. We'll also name our Jenny Construction Company player of the game as well. Once again, from here on the hilltop, your final score, Harrison County 51, Boone County 46. You've been listening to Philly Basketball